I mean, there's so many, young people out there thinking, I want to start a business, but I only have 100K. I only have 200K. I only have 300K. How am I going to do this? You have to take baby steps. You commit yourself better to something that you are passionate about. Once you are passionate about something, when something thrills you and you're so deep into that, you do it better. I want you guys to know that one of the things that is going to really, really push your business behind is if you keep, trying to please your friends when it comes to your business. You should separate your business and your friendship.
Let's jump right into it. So, who is Kristen Amongin?
Well, there are so many sides to Kris Amo, but basically, Kris Amo is hardworking, ambitious, God-fearing. I can describe myself in so many ways, using so many words and so many terms, but it all comes down to, I just want to say, Kris Amo, if I'm just to let you know, Kris Amo is a young entrepreneur.
One thing I know is that the way you've carried your brand is unlike the way most people our age would carry their brand. So why necessarily are you into fashion? Why are you trying to create a fashion business, a fashion line, alongside everything that you do?
I would actually advise, if anyone, you can be sitting there and you say, oh, okay, I want to start up a small business. I want to, start something. Like, there's so many, like I see on Instagram, there are so many young people out there, you just start up something and you're like, okay, and start up a small business, but you commit yourself better to something that you are passionate about. Once you are passionate about something, when something thrills you and you're so deep into that, you do it better.
Yeah, but Kris, there's a way you're treating your fashion business with a certain level of professionality. You invest a lot of time into these specific brand details. So why exactly do you do that? What's your thought process behind that?
I did not start this business to fail it. Okay. So when first of all, you should know, I know this is a fact most of you may not know, but it's been 4 years since I started Kris Amo.
What?
Yeah. So yes, it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years. So yes, I started Kris Amo in school. S5. Yes, S5 is when I started Kris Amo, and since then I have been, going on and on and on and on and on. So I can say I've been through all the stages that, I could have been through. And what you see out there, I feel like most times people see and they're like, oh wow, oh, this is beautiful, this is nice, this is all this and all that. But there comes in a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment. Like I said earlier on, I have to do a lot. When I look at businesses out there, someone puts out something and then in a month it dies out and people don't know what to, buy anymore because, okay, we have bought all this. Then what next? People are not being kept entertained. Yes. So what I do, that's where the photo shoots come in, just bring out something for people to look at and people to admire and, keep the orders.
What key lessons have you learned on this journey of entrepreneurship and having a busy life in general? What has it taught you as you go out there to, follow your passion and try to get a degree? So what have you learned?
Sorry, before I just get into that, there's just one more challenge that I faced and sometimes still, continue to face. And I feel like it would be, just proper to put it out there as well, is there's a lot of discouragement that comes in, when you're starting something new or when you're doing something, there's a lot of discouragement, negative talk and all that. Sometimes people, we have to learn how to take in positive criticism, but there are sometimes when people just come and, try just tarnish the whole idea. Hey, you can't get far with that. Maybe you should do something else, or maybe focus on this instead and all that. If you're passionate about something, if you want to do something, if you dream about something, if you want to move into, a specific direction, you have to stay focused. Yes, take all the, the negative criticism and just take it and let it build you. Take all that negative criticism, all those negative things that keep coming in. You just take all that and let it build you. Yes. So for the lessons that I have learned from all this, First of all, you should not be afraid to start small at all. I mean, there's so many, young people out there thinking, I want to start a business, but I only have 100K. I only have 200K. I only have 300K. How am I going to do this? You have to take baby steps. You need to be patient with business. You really, really, really need to be patient. Like any other thing in life, yes, you need to ensure that you have that whole thing in your head that, okay, right now I'm not doing well, but I'm going to do well in the next few days. Right now I'm not getting money, but in the next few months I'm going to do well. And then I have a plan, I have a dream, I have a goal. Okay. Yes. So you shouldn't be afraid to start small and also be patient. Also, do whatever you're passionate about. I mean, there are so many people who have so many things that, they're passionate about, but they're, moving into a different direction. And you just sit in your class and you're so frustrated with what you're doing. You're so exhausted. You don't even like what you're doing. And yet there's something out there that you could do that could bring in so many things for you. Yeah. So whatever you're passionate about, put it in practice. And another very important lesson that I have is be kind. Guys, be kind, or at least be nice. That is a very, very important thing that I have learned. There are so many, times when we take people for granted, or we just take situations for granted. We look at people, we undermine people, or we think, this one can't take me anywhere, or I don't talk to this kind of people, or I don't talk to this type of person. But you don't know where that person, put you in the next few years. Most of my clients have come in from people that I met, I talked to, I was, maybe nice to, or my friends, or just generally people that I talk to. Because I'm not going to say I'm always out partying, or I'm always out, going out meeting new people. I actually barely do all that, but I still have a big, social, circle. People, you meet people, or people text you, and you just be calm, you be nice, and be nice. It will take you somewhere. The last lesson that I have is you have to really keep going. I think that brings in, perseverance. Just persevere, and whatever happens, learn from your mistakes, but also learn from the things that are, that are painful, that are hurtful. Just take all that and, derive lessons from them and keep going.
Now we're on to the Q&A. Would like to open it up to the audience to ask you a few questions. Jordan Mugabe, kindly unmute and ask your question.
Hi, Kris. I'm sorry I joined in late, so I may not have had the first part. But I wanted you to maybe talk to our viewers about conducting business with like friends and stuff. Cause I don't know if it's like African thinking, but people tend to take things for granted. Someone can be like, "Hey, I know Kris. I need this and this, but I know Kris." So basically, I wanted you to maybe address someone here who wants to start a business on doing business with like friends and stuff. It's not really easy. I don't know if you follow like my train of thought, but yeah, I was hoping you could address us on that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jordan. And I'm so glad you asked that. I do not even know how that skipped my mind when I was speaking about the challenges that I face. I have so many friends who, some people come in, they order normally, they pay the normal price, but there are so many people who feel like, okay, I know Kris Amo, I'm going to come in and I'm going to order this and I'm going to get it at half price. Or yes, I speak to her, or I speak to a friend of hers, kindly help me talk to Kris Amo and tell her, can I get this? But like I have, I want it at half the price, or can I have this free and I just help you, do this and do that. And I want you guys to know that one of the things that is going to really, really push your business behind is if you keep, trying to please your friends when it comes to your business. You should separate your business and your friendship. And I've made that very clear for, most of my friends. We cannot, if you want to order something from Kris Amo, you have to go through the official, the official channels. Yes, come in, maybe go to our Instagram. And since I'm not the person that handles, our social media platforms, you probably feel like, I know Kris Amo, I'm going to get this, but you're going to text and the person is going to ask, it's going to be so official. So you have to, come in, order, and, take and pay things like a normal client. if you're going to keep giving your friends things for free, you're going to keep losing money. And what's the whole point of business? But that's one thing that you're going to face. That's a big challenge you're going to face. Your friends are going to try and take things for free.
How have your priorities changed from when you first started, if they have?
Okay. Oh, yes, definitely they have. When I started this business, I wanted to be a lawyer for starters. I had always wanted to be a lawyer, and I knew, oh, okay, I have to go to MOOC, I have to do law, but okay, I have a passion for business and, fashion, and I want to do this, but also I want to do law. But and partly why I took up the diploma was as seeing, okay, I wanted to do the law degree, but I didn't get in. And I was thinking, okay, let me see if I can do the diploma and see if I still want to get into this. Yeah. So I did the diploma, I was doing it, and I noticed that this is not my calling. Okay. I had always wanted to be a lawyer straight from S1, but I reached a point where I was like, what I'm doing at Kris Amo is what I like to do. Yes, I'm facing all these challenges, but I like to do this. And I feel like this is opening up so many opportunities for me. It's taking me to different places, and my priorities immediately switched. I was like, I do not want to do law anymore. I told my parents, of course, they were disappointed. And my mom keeps pushing, even right now that I'm finishing, first year. And she keeps saying, next year you could actually, drop that social work and just take up law. I will still support you. And I'm like, no, my priorities changed when I noticed that what I'm passionate about is opening up more opportunities for me now than what I wanted to do or what I thought I was passionate about in the beginning. My priorities definitely changed. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. And I think our last question for the night will be from Precious Muganzi. She's asking, how have you been able to stand your ground as a young businesswoman when you're dealing with clients who are your relatives or friends?
Yeah. I think I talked about friends, setting boundaries. But I just want to let you know that, anyway, I don't know about people's family settings, but for me, when it comes to family is actually more complicated than friends. There are so many times when I just do not advertise my business to my family members. It's mainly, I just keep it out of the family, kind of thing, because family members are very, hectic to work with. And at some point I would be like, auntie so-and-so, this auntie who you've been respecting for all your life, she's this elderly lady and she orders for things and she doesn't want to pay and you just don't know how to ask her. With your friends, it's easy. And I'd be like, mommy, please tell auntie to pay for the change she took. And it can be so hectic. But, growing up and all that, this year I have been very, I want to say, aggressive, when it comes to family. They come in and they're like, hey, we have this event, we need this. And I'm like, you need to pay before I give you these items, And once you stand your ground, once the first time you tell them, I'm not going to make this if you do not pay. I'm not going to make this if you do not make a deposit. You're not going to get these items if you do not complete the payment. Then they learn that, okay, she has grown. There is no way we are going to, take advantage of the way that we were a few, years ago. So you have to stand your ground. You just state what is in your mind and what, the values, as you outline the values for your business. You say, for my business, you will not take this if you've not paid for this. It must apply to everyone, whether they are your family or your friends. And, they will respect you once you set those boundaries. Yes.
And with that, I would love to thank Kris Amo for finally coming and sharing with us and for being our final guest this season of Made in Uganda, where we have been readying the youth to become the future of Uganda. I'd like to thank Kris. Thank you very much.